guys. Welcome to another episode of Glitter and Garbage, one of the last of the year. And I'm so excited to have this guest co-host back. She is, I'm just going to say, she's my favorite, you guys.
Justine,
she is my favorite. It is the hilarious working writer, currently working.
Wow. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
I work.
Strike is over, you guys. That's why
Strike is over if you want it.
Yes, exactly. That's why she hasn't been back. It's Caroline Goldfarb.
Woo! Justine, you know how excited I am to be back.
I'm so happy to have you. I knew you were working. I really do want you on every other minute.
Me too.
So, but I know you're like a working girl, so I'm trying to be respectful of that.
I mean, we use the term working loosely. I'm working on Sex Lives of College Girls Season 3,
Yes.
which, again, we're hard at work in
Yes.
the writer's room. It sadly prevents me from being here, but it really is just me eating snacks and spending like hours deciding what to order for lunch every day.
I love it. I mean, that's a job. Like so many places to choose from. You know, like Sweet Green.
I mean, if anyone is interested in the writer's lunch ordering process, which is again like 50% of our day,
it's like a big part of the day.
Not insignificant.
Yeah.
I recommend checking out my TikTok, on which I have like 4 followers and like 2 videos.
Yeah.
One of the videos is a video of our lunch wheel, which we spin every day. It's like a Wheel of Fortune style thing with all the lunch options that change out, and there's all these really advanced rules. I explained in the TikTok.
Wow.
And yeah, I mean, look, TV doesn't write itself.
No.
And it certainly doesn't really get written by me.
No, it doesn't. I love the fuel. What's fueling the writers, though? And you have a wheel, you know, and you leave it up to the fates every day.
Yes. And it's been hard not to be here.
Yeah.
On Glitter and Garbage with my girl.
I know.
We have so much to talk about.
I know. We have so much to catch up on. I'm so excited. We briefly kind of saw each other. Not really. I didn't actually see you, but we were in the same room at the Comedy Store like a week or 2 ago for Esther's show.
Imagine my surprise when I roll up to Esther's show. I like never get to see Esther perform because she's always touring all over the place and I'm lazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm going to see Esther do her hour or whatever. Yeah. And I roll up and I hear, please welcome, hitting the stage, Justine Marino. I died.
Thank you so much.
I was with a friend. I was like, oh my God, I know her. Oh my God, I know her. I like freaked out. My friend's like, calm down. It's like not that big of a deal. I freaked. I was screaming. I became a drunk woman in her 50s.
I love it.
In a comedy club in like Boise.
I love it so
like, yes,
much.
Yes, queen, yes.
Yes. It was
so funny.
So fun. First of all, Esther and her husband, Dave King.
Comedy duo.
The king and queen of comedy. I mean,
they
so
need
funny.
to tour.
They need to tour. Well, and they do need to tour. I mean, they need to just do a full hour.
This is the act.
This is it.
This is the show, guys.
Do we call them and tell them?
I tried after the show. I was like, guys, we got to work together more. Like, this is really working for me. I'll just take 10%. I'll be your manager.
Yeah. And you deserve 10% and more, let me tell you.
For just suggesting to them that they perform together, even though they had just finished doing it for 30 minutes.
But like suggesting a longer length, like that's such a big deal, you know? But we were in the back talking about how much we are obsessed with you. Because Esther was like, oh, Caroline's here. And I was like, I am obsessed. She is my favorite co-host. The Glitterati fucking loves her. People come out to hear what she has to say.
The people are
listening. And Dave and Esther, who are both hilarious people. Yeah. Esther, obviously, Pavitsky, very funny comedian, and Dave, very successful comedy writer. They know funny. And we were all decided you're the funniest person we've ever met in life.
That means so much, and it's just objectively not true. But makes me so happy. You 3 are 3 of my all-time favorite people on earth. And if you could be more detailed about what specifically. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but let me just tell you, because it was funny, because right before I went on, we were talking about it, and then we got off stage, and you had texted me, and we went right back into how funny Caroline is. Like, just...
Look, when the conversation's flowing about a topic everyone's passionate about.
I mean, and there was passion there, babe. Like, we were all just, like, in awe. Just the best... like energy, hilarious, fun vibes. We're obsessed. We're your fangirls.
Okay, well, I guess I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I just love you guys so much, and you were so funny.
Thank you so much.
I had seen, it was so fun to see you do on stage bits that like things that I'd heard you talk about when I've been on the show.
Yeah.
Like I came on the show after you saw Titanic for the 80th time in theaters.
Yes.
And we were talking about Billy Zane, and you had like all this funny stuff to say about Billy Zane. It was so fun to see you talk about it on stage.
I'm so glad you noticed that.
Of course.
Oh my God. Speaking of Titanic, have you been since I got the tattoo?
Wait. Oh, I saw you post on Instagram when we see it in real life.
I mean, just committed.
So gorgeous. It's so gorgeous.
You know, we had to go through an ordeal, got mildly swindled, you know, had a little bit of a scam situation, but we got it, you know.
It wouldn't be you if you weren't getting scammed by either like Russian mobsters at a cell phone kiosk or a tattoo artist. Wouldn't be you.
It would not be me.
Well, it's stunning. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate all the love and support, and I'm so happy you're here. We have so much to talk about.
We've got to get into it.
Okay, so starting with, I want to talk about something that I had brought up. I was like, let's talk about the pop music of the season. You know what I mean?
Tis the season,
Tis
baby.
the season. Because last week I had a guest on and he was talking about his favorite holiday music. And I said, oh, you know, like NSYNC, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. And he was stunned that I would suggest that that would be in the top Christmas music. But to me, it's a full banger. I love all the pop star music.
Of course we do. Christmas music is one of the last remaining great American art forms. I'm so fascinated by it as a concept.
Yes.
And of course, specifically when pop stars dip their toes into what is ultimately the most lucrative part of the music business.
Yes.
If you hit the target on a Christmas song, you're set for life. Oh, that's residuals, that's streams every year.
Yep.
I mean, we point to our Mariah Carey's, who I think is just living off royalties for. I mean,
1,000%. It's all I want for Christmas, like all the time for her. Is she is getting what she wants for Christmas.
Her whole career is now about this.
Yes, I mean she's the queen of Christmas.
She and it is all to serve the ultimate goal, which is to get that money from that song.
Yes.
It like when you amortize it or like see the stats on that song over the course of 30 years, it's unheard of.
It's truly unbelievable to the point where I mentioned last week I did not realize that it wasn't a famous Christmas song, that it's original Mariah Carey song.
That's like the greatest thing about it. She wrote it, as is the case with almost every Mariah song. Yes, she gets that publishing because she wrote it.
She does, and I mean it's just such a catchy tune. My dad has it on mixes year round. Like
it's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's crazy to see these songs top the Billboard 100 like 30 years after they came out. I'm so truly obsessed with it, and again, it's just such a jackpot if you hit the target. Not everyone can hit the target.
No, there's a lot of flops in there.
Oh, there's many flops. Every pop star, it's a rite of passage to release a Christmas album.
You have to,
and you'd be surprised, like pretty much every pop star has.
They have. I was looking into it last night, deep diving,
of course,
and
violently high,
deep diving, and I was so excited when you said, can we please talk about Cher's holiday album, because that came out a little early for the season. I believe it came out like
July. I don't know. It was early.
It was early. So I like heard about it and was excited, and then I forgot about it. Yeah. And then I've since listened to it twice all the way through.
Where do you find the time? You perform stand-up shows like every night, as far as I can tell. You host a podcast. How are you finding the time?
I mean, I'm violently high cleaning my apartment, listening to it. You know what I mean? Like just jamming out. It's only 39 minutes long.
Okay. So fair enough.
That's like a ride to Burbank. That's a ride to the pod.
So
you
true.
know.
So what were your thoughts?
Okay, first of all, I'm loving the collabs. Like everyone from like Michael Bublé to Tyga. Like just the real, she covers all her bases.
Every demographic is served.
When I saw there was a Christmas song with Tyga, I was like, this is the album for me.
You're like, and I've smoked too much weed.
Yes, I was like, am I high? Also, I don't know if you've listened. Have you listened to the whole thing?
I've really listened to the single. I'm sorry. I'm a fake fan.
No, it's fine. I listened. Which one is the single, by the way?
DJ played that Christmas song. It's god awful. I'm sorry. And I love Cher.
I honestly, this album is so over the top cheesy, and I love it. It's trash, and it's right up my alley.
Cher's in her trash money grab era,
but she looks good doing it.
Obviously,
you know? She looks amazing. She's grabbing the money. But there's a song called, I believe it's like Down Low Sleigh Ride or something. Low Down Sleigh Ride.
Okay.
And that's the one with Tyga,
of course.
And it is. First of all, when he did his verse, I was like, oh, that's what his voice sounds like. Like I just never taken the time to really think about his sound.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
So I was really impressed with that. There's also the last song is with, I believe, Cyndi Lauper. And I was like, what is this Miley Cyrus on, like, does she have a cold? But then I was like, it's Cyndi Lauper. And it's kind of a bop, I have to say.
I love that.
Yeah, there's some good ones on there. I mean, it's trash overall, I would say, but like worth a 39-minute listen when you're violently high cleaning your apartment.
I'll be jumping on that, and I'm so happy you listened. I am mostly here for what Cher tweeted about Kelly Clarkson's rendition of DJ Play That Christmas Song.
Oh my God, please
Kelly,
tell us.
you know, who's now like Ozempic'd out of her mind. The woman has lost 70 pounds in 2 minutes.
Yes.
I literally can't recognize her. She's still hosting her fucking daytime talk show and doing her karaoke. She did a cover of DJ Play That Christmas Song, and Cher dropped one of her most legendary tweets. I'm like, flash on the screen. But it was like, I've never heard anything as beautiful as this. Your modulations, your rendition, your artistic interpretation. Like, Cher went crazy for it. And I listened to it and I'm like, no, it's the same shitty song.
Yeah.
But I just loved how moved Cher was.
Well, it must be moving, you know, when you get to a certain age and the younger, hipper singers are covering your songs, especially your brand new ones. It's like Kelly's giving it her stamp of approval. Like, this is going to be a Christmas song that's around for many seasons.
Exactly. And you have to push it. If you don't keep pushing the song, it's going to fade into the obscurity, and you can have that.
Absolutely.
I also recommend watching Cher's performance of DJ Play That Christmas Song on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade this year.
Amazing.
It was the grand finale. They hyped it up for 3 hours of the broadcast.
God, of course.
As they do.
It's Cher.
I was seated.
Yeah.
I was like, any second now.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. It was like 4 hours later. And Cher, she barely moves her lower body.
Of course.
Her upper slightly swaying. It's, of course, lip synced as everything is for the Thanksgiving Day Parade. And it's auto-tuned. It sounds like an AI robot is singing, but she looks amazing. Like, it's just everything.
I love it. I'm definitely going to go home and watch.
You're going to have to.
I'm going to sit down, though.
You're going to want to.
Yeah. I'm so excited. Well, it's funny because did you have any favorite, like...
Yes.
Like...
For me...
Yes, which ones?
Growing up... I feel like you understand this. Your music taste is so influenced by like what CDs are in the house or in your parents' car.
Yeah.
And for some reason, my mom had the Christina Aguilera Christmas album, and I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
Like, everyone loves Christmas music,
Yeah.
but it's not like I had this like Christian mom that was like, let's listen. Like, she just randomly had that. I don't think she's so Persian. I don't think she knew it was like Christmas, because it's not. There's some covers obviously, but there's a lot of originals.
There are a lot, and one of my favorite originals.
Which one?
The first one. I think it's called Home for Christmas.
Everybody is home for Christmas. I love that one.
Yeah. The runs.
The runs are crazy.
Yeah.
That album was on repeat through my childhood, round the clock, round the year, like your dad.
Yeah.
Like, it almost like doesn't even, when I listen to it, I don't even think of Christmas. I'm like, oh, this is one of my favorite XD albums. I really like that one.
I'm so glad you brought that one up, because that is it's like NSYNC's Christmas album, and that one was so important to me, even though I re-listened to it last night. Oh Holy Night, it does sound like she's being physically shaken. There's so many runs, but you know what I mean?
She had to prove something. She was still in her proving things.
She did. And then she just like goes into an Our Father like during the musical break.
It's very heavy on the Jesus.
Yes, it is heavy. I'm like, I did not realize she was such a Christian, you know, but like...
Well... Christina.
It's
right there in the name.
Put the Christ back in Christina.
She's putting the Christ back. Can't spell Christina without Christ. Our Lord and Savior. Look, for me, I prefer my Christmas songs a little more non-denominational, which sounds ironic because it's like that's not possible.
Yeah,
but I
get what you're saying.
Light Jesus,
like just the light
like snow, chestnuts, like those themes.
It's also like Xtina, Xmas. You know what I mean?
You're
like
so right.
right?
It's too perfect.
Yeah, exactly. But I felt like I was surprised re-listening to it now. Like when I was younger, I was like, oh, of course. I went to Catholic school, so I was like, sure, everyone just sings in Our Father now and then, you know?
Throw one in.
So just throw one in. But now listening, I'm like, oh, interesting. Because I've never heard her speak like religiously. You know, like some of the pop stars, Jessica Simpson obviously was
She really leaned in. Okay, Jessica Simpson, you bring that up makes me think of... remember when she and Nick would do these televised variety hours?
Of course.
They did a Christmas one, and I have to send you the video if I could find it, of them doing a hologram duet with Bing Crosby.
Oh my God.
This is like pre-Tupac hologram, like the era of the hologram.
Oh, wow.
It's them doing some song with a full-blown hologram Bing Crosby. It's so freaking weird. I think I used to, back when I did PowerPoint stand-up, I think I have to find this PowerPoint. I think I did PowerPoint on like the weirdest pop star Christmas songs.
Wait a minute. I was there. That was at Esther's holiday show.
I don't even remember. I have the worst memory.
I 1,000% remember this because I was like, this person is a full-blown genius. Like full-blown.
You're like, she got high and she copy pasted a YouTube link into a PowerPoint.
No,
like, oh my God.
No, but I was like, just like talk. I fucking remember that. I was there. It was at UCB.
This sounds familiar.
Esther did a holiday show. It was like you, me, Benji. Dave was in it. Donut was there.
Really?
Yes. Donut was a puppy. This was like probably 6 years ago.
Yeah, if not more.
Yeah.
Well, that comes to mind, of course, the Bing Crosby hologram. You got to check that out.
Yes, I will.
But I have to say, I think my favorite pop star Christmas album, this might be unexpected, Ariana Grande, Christmas and Chill.
It is
it's more
good.
modern, obviously, but it hits. Like, it's some of her best music. It's all originals.
Yeah.
And I think it was maybe produced by Victoria Monet, maybe like back when she and Ari used to work together a lot.
Right.
Obviously now she has her own like pop star career and I love her so much.
Sure.
But it was some of Ari's best bangers.
I totally agree. I love what's the one? Santa, tell me
if you're really there. Yeah, I mean, I'll sing the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean,
it's, I have no shame.
So good.
It's good.
Really good. Jessica Simpson's, she has 2. And I forgot that her first one was called ReJoyce, but
she was going so hard for the Christian audience too.
She was, but what's interesting is it's spelled capital R-E, capital Joyce, which just looks like the name Joyce.
I'm like reading a woman's name tag at Costco.
No, me too. Me too. And I was so confused. And I really did a deep dive trying to find out why she spelled it that way. Like, at least capitalize the whole word joy if you're doing that. It was so weird. I'm like, was there an important woman named Joyce? Like, who is Joyce?
This is a mystery that doesn't need to be solved. By the way, like, truly your time would be better spent solving any other mystery.
Anything else. I agree. Okay, speaking of mysteries, this is a good transition.
Please.
Okay, so Zac Efron was on a show this week. He had sunglasses on because he had an eye infection. This is not the first time we've been talking.
He's not in good health.
He's not well,
it's
right?
Some sort of an issue.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, because, a few months ago, there was all the talk of like, has he had facial surgery?
There's always talk, babe.
And then he was like, oh, I actually broke my jaw, and then it got and then had to get reconstructive surgery in 2013. But then I'm looking in, like, when Baywatch came out, I'm like, okay, you look different there, babe, though, than you do now. And that was post the surgery. So I'm just wondering what your expert opinion is.
I appreciate you asking. Here's the thing. It's never one thing.
Got it.
I don't think there's one moment, one surgery, one health scare that we can point to and say, like, that's why Zac Efron's face looks like he's in Minecraft. He's got a full, like, his face is a shape that faces aren't supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's like whiter down here and like narrows in. It's a lot of jaw.
It is a lot of jaw.
Here's what I'm thinking. I think we've got a lot of things going on.
Okay.
One, I think HGH. Let's start there.
Sure.
He obviously is taking performance enhancing drugs to have that scary body with abs like rolls.
veiny.
Like,
yeah.
They look like Parker House rolls or whatever.
Yeah,
Like, they're crazy.
Yeah,
His body's insane. And I think HGH gives you that crazy square jaw, like Kumail got it.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
Oh, Stallone.
Yeah, they all do HGH. It's not. It's like a step up from steroids. It's what all the male stars take.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
Okay.
And then the second thing is, according to him, he slipped and hit his jaw on a fountain. Do you remember this?
Yes, I do.
It was whatever his last movie was, doing press for it. He's like, here's why my face looks so crazy. He's like, it's a totally normal explanation. And he proceeds to give like the most hard to like illogical, like confusing. He's like, I slipped and then I tripped and then this and I hit my head on a fountain. I'm like, a fountain?
Yeah.
Like, were you inside? Were you outside? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's like very The Lady Doth Protest Too Much.
Yes.
And we cracked it like surgery, something like that.
Right. I remember he said he got up and his jaw was hanging off his face. Now, interesting.
Need to remember that, but thank you.
You're welcome, all of you, for that visual, you guys. I will say the timing is interesting because shortly after that, I believe he got sober, right? So I think he was fucked up and
Here's what
fell.
I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Allegedly, what I've heard is he had am I allowed to just like fully just speak about this man's drug problem.
Well,
I said allegedly.
It's alleged, and I think he's been open about his own struggles.
No. I've heard that he was really crazy drug stuff. Someone told me allegedly that he would do heroin on Skid Row, like crazy stuff.
That's like common knowledge. I remember reading about that years ago, that he was seen on Skid Row trying to like score drugs.
And do you remember that rumor that he got in a fight or something? So apparently he got like punched out. What I heard allegedly is he got like punched out and got the shit beat out of him by a homeless person.
Yes, I remember this. This is all coming back to me now.
So I think you got to factor that in. Does that exist in the universe? Does that exist in the universe with the fountain accident?
Yes.
Or is the fountain accident a lie to cover up the homeless thing? Like, I don't know, but I'm assuming it's everything. I'm throwing it into the stew.
I think it's everything. I think it's a big jaw stew.
It's a big jaw stew. The masseters are massetering.
They are really out there.
And then you've got to assume Botox and filler.
Yeah.
Because he's got a lot of crazy, it's not just the jaw.
Yeah, no, there's some stuff going on with the eyes.
Right here.
That's the thing is I'm like, but what's going on up here, you know?
It's definitely like looking puffy, some swelling, maybe some juvederm in this area.
Yes.
We've got some frozenness up here.
There's some frozen.
This could be something happening there.
Yeah.
So those are my best guesses. A homeless fight, a bum fight, maybe a fountain accident and some HGH.
Okay. I love it. See, I knew we would get to the bottom of this.
I mean, look, I try.
Yeah.
Because I'm very fascinated by it too.
Yeah.
And he's getting less and less attractive, right? I feel bad.
I know, I do too. He used to be so beautiful. I saw him once at the Sherman Oaks Galleria parking lot, and you're gonna love this. My mom spotted him. My mom, we were coming out of a movie, and he was walking, and we're in the parking lot. And my mom goes, "It's Zac Efron," and I was like, "Yes, you fucking get it, Mom." And I went up to him. Oh my God. This was I was like, and I go, "I love your work." At this point, his work was literally the High School Musical movie.
The work's the work. Work's work, babe. You got it.
And he was very nice and sweet. Yeah, and really hot. Like, it was when he had the side swept, like it was High School Musical. Efron,
I know.
You know?
It's all been downhill since 17 Again.
It really. Oh, God, I love 17 Again.
Such a banger.
It is such a banger.
R.I.P. Matthew Perry.
I know. R.I.P. I feel like it's so underappreciated. It's
not by us.
No, I mean, we obviously get it, but if you haven't seen it, go home and watch 17 Again, like immediately. Drop what you're doing, leave work.
Tis the season. Blast the Xtina Christmas album at the same time, and you're in for a treat. It actually syncs up. Little known fact. It doesn't at all.
It does not at all.
I love that you met Zac Efron with your mom. Really quickly before we transition to the next topic, the same thing happened to me, but with Frankie Muniz when I was 8, and my dad is the one who spotted him.
Yes.
And I froze. I was so obsessed with Frankie Muniz.
Really?
I loved Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed.
One of the greatest sitcoms of all time.
I love it.
Turn that on at the same time as you're watching 17 Again.
Oh my God.
So good. And I froze. I couldn't say anything. And my dad had to like pull me up to him and be like, my daughter is such a big fan of your work.
Really?
So it's so sad. Like I had to speak through my dad. I was just like, and he was like, oh, cool, thanks. And he walked away, and I was dining off that for years. That is in my head.
So cute. But in your defense, like, you were 8. I was like, for sure, like 22.
No. No. That's so funny.
You know what? He's hot, and I'm happy. He's one of the few. I don't normally go up to people. There's like him and Larry David are like the two, I think the only 2 people that I've gone up to and been like,
respect. Yeah.
Which, you know, the greats, the 2 greats. I think most people would agree.
Greatest comedic minds of our generation.
I think so. All right. Now let's get to something that came to me this morning that I was like, we cannot do this podcast without discussing.
Yes.
This movie is coming out. They're calling it a throwback rom-com, which is interesting.
They're always calling it that. The studio system is so desperately trying to make rom-coms profitable.
I know.
And every rom-com, there has to be like all these think pieces about how the rom-com died. Why did the rom-com die? Is this going to bring back the rom-com?
Yeah.
But
anyone but you.
Yeah.
Can Sweeney and Glenn Powell, can they do it?
When the trailer came out, I saw a tweet that I think really sums it up. Mm-hmm. The tweet was posting the trailer and someone saying, where's the rom and where's the com? It somehow has neither, and it's technically a rom-com.
I agree. It doesn't look funny because I mean, look, Glenn Powell, he's like charming, and I could see him as like leading
Glenn
man.
Powell is 100% charming.
Yeah.
I think he's just being misused or something.
I totally agree. And Sydney is funny. Look, she was hilarious in White Lotus season 1. That dry.
I'm gonna have to argue with you on this.
Okay,
I'm so sorry.
please,
I feel like we usually see eye to eye.
No. Okay, what do you
I think she was amazing in White Lotus, not because of her or her performance, because of Mike White and his amazing writing. Like, I feel like she was just sort of doing her deadpan thing.
No,
and
you're right.
It worked because of Mike White.
You're right.
But I don't like her in Euphoria. Like, she's charmless.
She is.
The most interesting thing about her is her boob to arm ratio. Honestly.
Which, did you read? She almost got a breast reduction, she said.
Her boobs are so big and her arms are so fucking small. It's not natural.
It's insane
She's
looking.
a freak.
No, it is crazy looking. And I didn't know because she was originally in, what's it called? Handmaid's Tale. Do you remember that? Have you watched?
They covered the titties up in a row?
They did.
I never watched.
She had a very depressing storyline, as you do, on Handmaid's Tale.
Right. Doesn't seem like a happy show.
Yeah, no, but I was like, she looked very young. She was supposed to be playing like, I don't know, like 12 or 15 or something, like something very young. And she had this like beautiful, young, doe-eyed look. And I had no idea those titties were under there until Euphoria.
Yeah.
They hid the titties.
That's a shame.
It is a shame because they're great tits, you know?
Well, fast forward to Anyone But You. The titties are out in the trailer.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's a hot young star, gorgeous. It should work. On paper, it works.
Yeah.
It's also, I didn't realize, from the long line of Shakespeare rom-com adaptations.
Oh, yeah. What, Much Ado About Nothing?
I guess so.
Yeah. It's like loosely based on that.
They always are.
We don't need any more of those.
I think I'm done.
Yeah.
I think all the good ones have been made.
Yeah. Clueless, 10 Things I Hate About You.
And we're done. Like remember Fire Island was also one last year. I'm like, okay, we can stop with that.
Yeah, we can stop.
You can just like invent a new idea.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need you to like do this whole framework. But
yeah, no.
Anywho, it just looks bad. The two of them have no chemistry. And for a moment there, when the movie was being filmed and there was this whole buzz about him getting a boner on set, when they're like them having an affair.
Yeah.
That was the most exciting part of this movie. Do you remember this?
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, about
when they were filming it, there were all these production stills of them like filming kissing scenes and stuff, and he has like huge boners in all of them.
Oh, wow.
And then
wait, I missed the boners. This is the first news of the boners I'm getting.
There was the whole thing with boners, and then in quick succession, like people dig up all these, not dig up because they were like filming it at the time, these Instagram posts between the two of them that are so beyond the level of appropriate flirting, like too touchy, too much. And he breaks up with his girlfriend.
Right.
Or his girlfriend.
Well, she breaks up with him. Yes.
And she like posts some self-important like sassy Instagram caption about it. And it seems like, is Cindy gonna break up with hers? She's dating some like weird old dude.
Yeah.
And she doesn't.
Yeah.
So then it all kind of dies down. No one really, did they have an affair?
Right.
Probably.
Yeah.
But the fallout's a little unclear.
Right.
So I'm like, this movie's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
These two fuck. They were like fucking in between takes. The chemistry's going to be crazy.
That's where you're wrong.
But
though.
yet that first trailer comes out, it's cut like it's a drama.
Yeah.
It's cut like The Last of Us.
That is the thing. I was like, is this supposed to be comedy? This is not.
That's not a good sign.
It's not a good sign. If you're asking
if you're
for comedy.
not sure the genre.
But honestly, these days, what with May December being nominated in the comedy category,
lines are
I don't know
blurred.
what's going on.
The lines are getting
I have
blurred.
no idea.
True.
But I will say, okay, so I think it all boils down to something that Joey said on Friends, which is it always comes back to Joey.
Of course.
If they have really good chemistry on screen or on stage, they did not fuck.
Right.
If they don't, they definitely did.
Right. So they have no chemistry.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
So they fuck.
I think so.
And it ruined the movie.
This is all alleged, you guys.
Allegedly.
Nothing. We don't know any of these people we're talking about.
The homeless people punching Zac Efron, them having sex, it's all allegedly.
It's all alleged. But I yeah, I have to say, I think they did, especially because now either that or they're just leaning into it because the movie is so whatever. They have to like play this up because now we're getting more whispers.
Yes, it's like the saving grace is they put them on this press tour. And I feel like they're all the interviewers are asking them questions like, did you guys this and that? And they're flirty and this. And I'm like, it's too late.
Yeah.
We know you fucked.
Yeah.
It's almost like the buzz around this movie happened a year too early.
Yes, I agree. It's kind of like with Don't Worry, Darling. Like all the buzz happened and then the movie was just kind of meh compared to the buzz. Right?
The movie it does look, I will also say, just deeply unfunny.
Yeah.
To me, it starts with the script. As a writer, I have to say that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't see anything. I mean, when she's digging in and he has like a tarantula in his pants. I'm like, what 90s?
Oh, it's a spider in your pants.
Exactly.
The classic spider in your pants.
Well, did you see the Meg Ryan rom-com?
No, that she directed. I forgot about it.
Most people did. I have to say, look, it was... whatever. As I was watching, I was like, there's no way this isn't based on a play because it's all set in one location. It's just them talking the whole time, basically.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, no, it was but I had to go as a You've Got Mail fan. I mean, I just had to show up for my girl. I will say, at one point she was like, well, since I'm 49, and I was like, oh, is that a joke? Like, that must be a joke.
We're just making up numbers now?
No, they're both...
I'm 12.
Yeah, exactly. No, they're both playing 49 in it.
Okay.
Like, to the point where I was like, oh, she's making a joke about, like, not wanting to say her real age. And then I was like, oh, no, we're supposed to... like believe she's 49 in it. And I was like, babe,
Meg,
you were closer to that and You've Got Mail. Come
Meg,
on.
Don't do it, Meg. Don't lie to us.
Well, especially when you're that famous and you've been famous for so long, just play your age.
How old is she?
She's
Not
62.
To put you on the spot
She's
like
62.
That. Okay. Yeah, that's a significant gap.
I mean, it's a big gap, but also we are so familiar with her. And she's been around forever, and she's gotten all this work, which is like
the work. Some of the most famous work.
Some of the most famous
infamous,
work.
I should say.
Yeah, infamous. Like not the right reasons famous. You know.
I know.
And so I feel like, and also it's like 49 or 62. Like
I
who
know
cares?
At that point, split the difference. Say 57. Just don't come on. 49.
It's 49. I know. At least be like in the decade just below.
Lie responsibly.
Exactly.
You have to treat your audience like at the what is it like the highest intelligence, top of their intelligence. Thank you.
Yes, and I'm not just saying that about her. I'm also saying David Duchovny who's I think 64, 65, and he
that's egregious.
Yeah, was also supposed to be 49.
Well, okay, so that was your big takeaway.
That was my takeaway. Is I couldn't.
It distracts from the movie.
It did. I was like, and also she has this weird limp for no reason.
Okay, not addressed in any way.
I think they address it like offhandedly, like just like, oh, you've got a limp, and she's just like, oh, I'm old, but I'm like, but you're only 49.
But you're 49. You have a full limp.
I know. Like Jennifer Connelly is like 52, even. You know, it's like there's nothing. J Lo is 53.
It's okay to be in your 50s.
It's okay now.
I know. I cut to when I'm that age. I'm like, I'm 35. What? I'm sure I'll be way worse, so I shouldn't judge.
I for sure will, for sure. I think you want to like lie up though, so that people are like, oh,
she looks amazing. I'm gonna start telling people I'm 96.
Yeah, exactly, and they'd be like, holy shit,
you look good.
Yeah.
I have to say, best rom-com of the year. I loved No Hard Feelings. Did you see it?
Oh yes.
Just a side note.
It is fun.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I liked it a lot too. Did you see what's it called? Saltburn.
Of course.
What did you? I loved it.
Of course. It was amazing. It looked so lush. The casting was amazing. The set.
So good.
I've really been on my movie shit.
Oh, really? Okay. Did you see Priscilla?
I loved.
Me too. I liked it so much more than Elvis.
Oh, I loved both.
You did?
I did. For different reasons.
Okay. Here's the thing is like, between Austin and Jacob, who would you? They're so different. It's hard to compare.
You got to give it to Austin. I'm sorry, like because he has so much more screen time and like singing time as Elvis, and maybe it's a little too much. Like it gave us more opportunities to be like, oh, that's like not quite perfect.
Yeah,
but he really was the singing and everything.
I thought he was great, but to me, what Jacob did was more interesting. I feel because it felt like the character was coming through him.
Yes.
Whereas also like Elvis is kind of the most. Like everyone does an Elvis. Like it's kind of one of the most done impersonations.
True.
You know
what I mean? He brought a little something different to it. He brought a little something different.
He did. It felt real and like very grounded.
It was honestly hard to focus on anything else in Baz Luhrmann's Elvis than Tom Hanks.
I was just gonna say that.
Because that truly. it basically ruins the movie.
Yeah.
Like you can't even evaluate it. It's like the first thing you think of. He's in every fucking frame. The movie's all about him, and he does this egregious accent. And the real Colonel did not have an accent.
Really?
No. If you watch videos of him, he like talks completely normally, and he's doing like a Belizean German. He's like, "I'm Elvis." It's like the craziest voice. It's distracting.
It is really. I thought that was really distracting. Also, like, we don't want to see Tom Hanks that way. Like, we just don't.
No,
like,
I think he had COVID.
Yeah.
Because he remember Tom Hanks' Day. He was like one of the first celebrities to get COVID.
Oh, right.
I think a lot of that performance is due to some really bad long COVID
I
side
hope
effects.
so.
Yeah.
I'm going to blame it. I'm going to say that that's one of the effects.
Absolutely. But Priscilla, amazing. When the first shot of a movie is a woman's pedicured toes in a pink carpet, you know you're in for a ride.
Oh, we are in. And the wigs, I mean, the fucking wigs she did.
I love Sofia Coppola.
Me too.
It's minimal plot, just vibes.
Yeah, it's
you're
all
just vibing
vibes.
and floating from scene to scene.
Oh, what's hilarious is there were so many, and I noticed this because I saw Priscilla and Saltburn close to each other, and Jacob is bringing the younger crowd to these more art house films, and it's beautiful.
Oh my God. I saw some tweets that were like me seeing of these movies directed by a woman and pretending it's because I'm a feminist. It's like really just because Jacob Elordi's in both of them. Like, I see you.
I see you. Well, it's funny because we came out of Priscilla, and behind us there were these young girls. They were probably like 19, 20, and they were like, spoiler alert, you guys, they were like, they ended on a cliffhanger. And I'm like, oh, baby girl doesn't know how the story ends.
Babe, the story ends with like Priscilla, the person like signing off on this movie, Priscilla.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you can fully just go on Wikipedia and find out what happens from there to here.
Exactly.
I'm so obsessed with the Elvis estate disowning Priscilla.
Yeah.
They hate the person and the movie.
Now, was that since all the drama with
They've always hated her.
Oh, okay.
So she published Elvis and Me or whatever her book is called, and she like portrays him as, you know, this like sick pedophile or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And they've always never been into Priscilla. So now that Lisa Marie died, Lisa Marie was going to get all the money.
Right.
All the money goes to Riley.
Oh, right.
And Riley and Priscilla are in their own legal battle because Priscilla's like, I was married to him, like I deserve money, but the Elvis estate wants nothing to do with her.
Right. And
I might be reading too much into things, but this year on NBC, I don't know if you saw this, they aired Christmas from Graceland, this like totally PR shiny Christmas music special that was all filmed at Graceland with all these like Lana was on it, Post Malone, all these people singing Elvis songs in different rooms at Graceland.
Amazing.
And to me, it was a direct response to Priscilla trying to like claw back some positive PR for the Elvis estate.
Right.
And in the way that the last shot of Priscilla is Priscilla leaving Graceland, and she's like reclaiming her independence. The last shot of Christmas from Graceland is Casey Musgraves she sings a song on the front lawn of Graceland, gets into a car silently. The camera is in the car, follows her out, and she drives off of Graceland. It's like the same exact last shot of the movie. And I'm like, did anyone else see that? Like, surely. And I feel alone, like no one even knows that this thing happened.
God.
So I'm just so happy to share my truth on this podcast.
No,
right
I'm
now.
so glad. I'm sure some of the Glitterati took note.
If the Glitterati saw that, please tell me what you thought.
Yes.
Reach out. I need to talk to someone about it.
I'm going to watch it. That sounds crazy.
Anyway, not to do a 10 minutes on.
No, I'm glad. Look, I haven't talked about Priscilla at all. I haven't really talked about movies because for forever we couldn't talk about movies really.
The movies are back.
The movies are back. Did you see Poor Things?
Loved.
I loved it.
So sexual.
I know, it was very sexy. I was like, wow, Emma is getting it in.
She showed cooch.
She showed full bush. Although I've heard that when I did Dancing with the Stars a month or two ago, I did like a cold open.
Yes, I saw. So funny.
And thank you. The person, I was dressed up as a mummy because it was for Halloween, but the guy who was doing it does like all the Star Trek makeup and like does crazy hair makeup stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, I do merkins, a lot of most bush that we see these days, a lot of it is merkins because everyone has like
that
seved or lasered or, you know.
Yeah, because she and a lot of big full frontal nudity this year from A-list actresses. Yeah. Not to be like Mr. Skin all of a sudden, like truly I'm a full pervert. Yeah. We had J-Law. And Emma Stone.
Oh, J-Law full naked. Yeah.
I assume they were both merkined up. Yeah. But still, huge moves.
Yeah. And look, maybe not. I don't want to take away from their pubes if it's natural pubes.
I know. You and I are so lasered, it's hard to even imagine a world in which a woman retained her actual pubic hair.
Truly. But like some people might like it, you know?
Yeah. More for them, I guess.
Yeah. Take it all, babe.
Yeah, it's all yours.
Yeah, I loved Poor Things.
It was really good, but it did... I loved a lot of parts of it, and some of the performances were amazing. I mean, she does go full retard, basically. I'm sorry. Am I allowed to say it?
Rami even calls her. He goes, "She's the most beautiful retard." That is a
funniest
direct quote.
The funniest line of the movie.
So funny.
What a beautiful retard.
Right? What a beautiful retard. So I think because the script itself.
I'm responding to the material.
You are.
And she goes full retard.
She does.
Which I'm like, I was like looking around, like, so we're just gonna all be okay with this.
But that's how I felt. Again, violently high, alone. I saw it alone. I had a huge thing of Impossible Nuggets and like.
Oh, she was
cookies.
And locked in for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
And it was in the Dolby Prime, so it was like.
You're like hearing the Nicole Kidman trailer so loudly in like a back left speaker.
Exactly.
For no reason.
It was great, but yeah, she was, and then she did full frontal.
It was supposed to be this movie about female empowerment, ostensibly.
Yeah.
A lot of the message was lost on me because it felt so male gazy to me. It's like the movie a man would make about what he thinks female empowerment is. He's like, oh, she discovers she loves to have sex.
Yeah.
I fucking did it. And
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
loving it. And every shot of her like having an orgasm or having sex, and she just sneaks a nipple in there.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we didn't always need to get the nipple in there.
Yeah. There was a lot of just like a rogue nipple here and there.
I know. I'm like, wow. Like, I feel so empowered.
I know. I went out and fucked everyone.
I know. It's so like I had some maybe like thematic issues, messaging issues, but there was a lot to like about it.
I feel like I was so high and it was so cool. It was like
slow standing.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, yes. But the vibe, like again, vibes, like the sets, I just thought all the fisheye lens stuff I thought was very cool.
Yeah,
the cinematography.
Insane. The sets were like truly nuts.
Yeah.
I think my two favorite films of the year, this did become a film podcast.
Yeah, no, I literally just was like,
I just have to talk about it.
No, please, we have to. We haven't talked about films because of the strikes.
Suddenly we're giving Ebert and Roper. I'm like, 2 thumbs up, babe. Okay, films of the year for me. And then we can move on, I swear.
No.
Trolls 3.
Okay.
If you haven't seen it, I will be so pissed at you.
I haven't yet. I did see Paw Patrol, but I have not
What? No, I don't. Okay, you saw Paw Patrol like 8 months ago. Trolls 3 is about boy bands, babe.
I know. I need to go see it.
I'm obsessed with the Trolls cinematic universe.
I know. And you've mentioned it, and I haven't.
That's embarrassing.
I've been a really bad friend.
I bring it up so much.
I love it.
I bring it up on dates. I bring it up like to people I shouldn't. Like I should not. This should not be the second time I brought this up on this podcast.
No, it should. It absolutely should.
Fair enough. So that, obviously, and Renaissance. I hope you saw it in theaters.
Oh, we didn't talk Renaissance.
It was so good.
Oh, my God. And I have to say, look, because after seeing Renaissance, and you saw
it live.
I saw it live. We both saw Renaissance live, and you didn't see Eras live,
Not
right?
live, but I saw the movie.
Same. Okay.
Yeah. We're so synced.
We're so synced. Even just, like, movie for movie, I thought Renaissance blew Eras out of the water.
I actually don't think you can compare them. They're truly, it's like comparing Paw Patrol and Killers of the Flower Moon. I actually can't compare them because they are 2 totally different creative expressions.
I totally agree. And a friend of mine put it into perspective because after I saw Renaissance, I was just like, there is no comparison for me. And someone said, it's kind of like comparing the Beatles with Michael Jackson. And I think that's a pretty fair comparison.
Wait, who would be who in this?
I think Taylor's the Beatles.
Is Beyonce both?
Beyonce's everything.
And Taylor's the and or something? They're just such different artists.
Yeah.
I think Beyonce pushed the genre of like a concert film to its limits and expanded it and made it into something that no one could have ever dreamed. It's like, it's out of this world.
It's so out of this world. And that's what I wanted that to be the same thing for the Taylor.
It's different though. Taylor's like, come watch the show.
Yeah.
And it's the show.
Yeah.
It's really like you couldn't afford the show, you couldn't see the show, so come see the show.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
That's nice.
It's a different thing.
Beyonce, I mean, just like getting to see the behind the scenes with Jay-Z and like
family, what it takes to put on a show like that. The fact that when she's doing the show one night, there's 2 separate sets being built in the next 2 cities.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I loved all the wardrobe like how we got to see a million different looks.
A million different looks. I mean, it was to die for.
It felt like it was catered, like everything I like is that, you know. And again, no disrespect, I know Taylor did like a 4-hour concert of all songs she's written. She's so prolific.
This is not taking away from Taylor.
No.
They're just different.
They are.
Like if I want to see a girl sing while wearing bedazzled jorts, like I'll watch Eras again. And I love it. And I love her bedazzled jorts.
And I said, it looks like during the guitar parts, looks like she's kind of in it, just like a Free People trapeze
She's
dress.
doing a whole different thing. She's doing this is her big move.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She points.
She does a point.
Constantly.
Yeah.
And do your thing.
Do your
point. It up, girl.
And you know what? I'd rather her point and rather than like try and be like, I'm a dancer. It's like she knows her limits. You know what I mean? She's like pointing. That's my thing.
Get in the studio, write your pointing songs with Jack Antonoff, and I will be seated.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will be seated, babe. My favorite film of the year is Renaissance.
Yeah.
It literally made Killers of the Flower Moon look like shit. Another movie I saw in theaters.
I 1,000% agree. I was fucking blown away. Just so inspiring as like a female creator.
Sure.
You know? Yes. I know we're both on that level.
I am comparing me talking about, I am a creator. I like to talk about trolls on podcasts. And yeah, I did resonate with me. No, truly, as a woman, as everything is like this, it was a retrospective on her career. It was ruminations on herself as an artist, a creative. What is being creative? What does it feel to be truly free at this point in her life? Like everything and more.
Yeah.
To die for. So well made.
It was
incredible.
So great. And I love that she kept like the flaws in, like when the lights or when the power went out. Like I loved it.
It's not about projecting perfection.
Yeah.
It's about, warts and all. This is what it really takes.
It was,
it was about hard work.
So much hard work. And I remember did you watch Homecoming, her Netflix?
Of course.
Yeah. And it was the same thing. I was like, after that, after Lemonade, when she did the whole film, I was like blown away. She's on another level.
On another level.
But yeah, I thought it was so good. That's definitely one of my tops.
Definitely.
And then what's your other one?
Trolls 3.
Oh, Trolls 3. I forgot. How could I forget?
You have some sort of a I do. I unpack this off air. Like, what's going on? Why are you so against Trolls? You would love it. It's a celebration.
I would. And
if you got violently high and saw Trolls, I promise you would be dancing.
I'm telling you, I love seeing kids movies. I've seen multiple Paw Patrols.
It's for all ages, but okay.
My favorite thing is to see like animated movies stoned. Though.
I don't think you understand how good the music is.
Yeah, I need to see it.
Yeah, there's a mashup of boy band songs that will take you to another planet.
Oh my god, I'm excited. Okay,
yeah, you gotta see it.
I think it's still out, so
You're gonna want to go see it.
I'm gonna need to rush.
And I will text you every day until you do.
Okay, great, perfect. Mine is for sure Saltburn. Like Saltburn,
yeah.
Fucking what's her name? Rosamund Pike. So many funny lines.
She was devastatingly funny.
So funny.
Everything
was so good. Everyone was hot. Everything was attractive.
A hot movie.
It was a
horny,
hot, attractive,
thriller. Horny, yes.
Yeah.
My other favorite, this is like not very glitter and garbage themed,
It's
but
fine.
was The Holdovers. If you haven't seen it.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I heard it was good though.
It's incredible.
It is.
Nice. It's all about men feeling things.
Oh, I love that.
At Christmas time on the East Coast.
Okay.
Which is a new genre of movie I've discovered is my favorite. Men discovering their feelings, men talking about feelings, men going through things.
Okay.
It was beautiful. It was amazing. The performances are crazy.
Yeah, it sounds a little like in that genre, like
it's
a
so
Good Will
funny.
Hunting
Yes,
genre.
but it's Alexander Payne who did like Election, one of the all-time great.
Oh, so great.
It's so good. You have to see. It's
Tracy
so
Flick.
funny. Don't get me started.
Oh my God.
One of our greatest female cinematic characters.
So good.
So anyway, so it was cool talking about movies with you.
I know, it was so good. Thank you for tuning into the Ebert and Rover.
Truly.
But there's a lot to cover.
It's the holidays.
It's the end of the year. We got to talk about the best of the best.
I mean, pop culture isn't just, Ethan Slater and Ariana Grande. Like, there's so much more to it.
There is a lot more to it. Now, speaking of couples.
Please.
And eras.
Yes.
Taylor and Travis are still going strong.
I go back to what I think I called on this podcast. I think they're in it for the long haul.
I think they're in it for the long haul as well.
They've both found something really good.
Yeah. And I have to say, I don't know if you saw any of the comments on our clip that we did.
I try not to read comments because I get a little scared. What did people say?
So it was mostly guys. It was funny because the comments were all good. And then All Things Comedy, whose demographic is like, Bill Burr fans, which is a great genre of fan, and I love them.
I love men. The toxicer, the better.
No, but they were in their feelings a little bit about the way we were talking about football. They got very triggered, I would say. Triggered. They were saying that they were, I mean, one.
What did we say?
Oh, we weren't even saying, you were like, he's so hot.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
Check.
And then we were giving him compliments and they were like, how dare they disrespect him? They were like,
what?
They were like, imagine if a guy did this and went on a podcast and talked about a woman's body. I was like, have you heard of Howard Stern? What's going on?
One of my heroes.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi. I mean, okay.
No, it was so funny. It did really well.
Butthurt.
The clip did really well, but I was surprised by how butthurt they were when we were, that we didn't, they were also very upset that we didn't, know everything about football.
Sir, I don't know how many yards are in a down, dude. Like, I don't know what a touchdown is. I don't know what a field goal is. I don't care. The NFL isn't even about football. I will sit here and the NFL is the greatest form of American entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, to me, you can tell that we are in an empire, a late stage empire, but an empire nonetheless, just by turning on an NFL game.
Yeah.
The production quality, the audience, like the cross demographic, it brings people together. Like, I respect football.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
No, me neither.
But I respect it.
I went to my first NFL game a few weeks ago. A friend had a box and was like, do you want to go? Neither of us know anything about football. We had a great time.
It's boring.
It's a little boring.
It's a little boring. It's a bit violent. It's sanctioned violence.
It's a little violent
and
for
once
me.
you know what happens to their brains, it's hard to really enjoy.
Yeah.
But but the spirit and the advertising and the NFL and like the raw American big dick power that is the NFL, I am here for it.
I'm here for it.
You do it, NFL. You do the damn thing.
I agree. I totally agree. I did think it was just so funny that these guys got very butthurt about their...
What, that we said he has a big dick and she climbs him like a tree?
Yeah.
I don't see, where's the lie?
That's when I was like, what's the problem? That's a compliment.
Travis Kelce is an American hero.
He is. And I'm loving all this, like, her with the family in the box.
I love him and the brother.
Oh, it's great.
They have a podcast.
He's talking about it on the podcast. He's giving us what we want.
I love it. It's a constant information stream, and I'm thirsty.
I am.
The thirst is never quenched. I'm
not.
Parched.
I know.
And they're giving me more and more and more.
I love it.
Travis Kelce's an American hero.
I totally agree.
He's built like two refrigerators stacked on top of each other. He's always wearing cute little outfits.
Such cute outfits.
I love his little outfits.
Me too.
He's always at his little games playing football.
Yes.
Again, I'm not clear what a tight end does, but I know it's important.
I know it really matters.
And they're always taking pictures. They're two redwoods just like kissing and taking pictures. And he's always holding her hand like a football.
I know.
I love that.
I love it. And I love that she can wear really high heels with him.
Wear her high heels.
Yeah, because she's tall. She's 5'11".
Let her wear her high heels.
Come on.
It's beautiful. They're meant for each other.
They are meant for each other. I am so for it. I am so shipping it. I am like a fangirl for this relationship. I think it's the modern Britney Justin.
With inflation the way it is, as divided as we are, I mean, our empire is crumbling. We need this.
We really do.
We need this distraction. We need something to believe in. That video, I was really converted when he went to go see her in Brazil.
Me too.
That was the night.
The running video where she runs and jumps on him.
Jumps into his big arms.
Oh my God.
And his dad, or her dad, excuse me, is watching the show next to him. And when she like changed the lyrics to something to make it about Travis, and his dad gets like more excited than anyone else. His dad's like, that's you.
I know.
That's you.
It's so cute.
I love it. I'm so in. They're in it for the long haul.
I agree.
I believe it.
I believe it. I'm here for it. And these people that are saying like, oh, it's publicity. Do people do that anymore? I don't think people really do that.
I've never quite understood that or believed it. I mean, I guess, people do it. I don't know.
I will say back in the day, when I first moved here and I was friends with Jason Alexander, not the good one, not the beloved Seinfeld.
You were in a PR relationship with Jason Alexander.
No, but he would go out with Shar Jackson. You remember Shar Jackson?
Yes.
She was the woman who
Kevin K-Fed's ex.
K-Fed's ex. So they would go to like the flea market together and try and get papped together.
Okay, we should be in one of those, first of all. I'm like, why aren't we doing that?
We need to do it.
Hi.
Absolutely.
Second of all, I don't believe that their relationship is fake. No fucking way.
Oh, yeah, no way. Absolutely no.
I mean, they are having I just know that they're having some of the most incredible sex.
Well,
I'm sorry to be a perv.
1,000,000% I agree with you. I am a perv. Please be as pervy as you want on this podcast. I also like that a bunch of people were saying, like, you know, in response to them being so public with it, they're like, she was kind of following all the other guys' leads, like Calvin Harris.
I know.
You know, Joe. They weren't private. They didn't want to be private. She is a fucking superstar. She wants to be in the spotlight, and
she loves going to dinner in New York at a public restaurant
with 9 million other famous people, like with her girl squad.
She loves it.
Selena, Gigi, Sophie, like come on, girls. You know,
loves it.
She does love it. So
he loves it too. He loves the spotlight.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they are such a good match, and she was constantly going for these guys that I think kind of held her back and were not secure enough to let her be the full-fledged star that she is.
And you know, Joe Alwyn had a skinny dick.
Oh, for sure.
Doesn't he just give you that vibe?
Skinny, yeah.
Skinny,
like maybe long, but skinny. Skinny. Yeah, not girthy. Oh,
not Travis's though.
Travis is girthy.
Of course he is.
Yeah,
veiny, girthy. I would say like comically big head.
Yeah,
I think you'd see it and you'd be like, that looks too big. But I'm interested.
But I'm listening.
I'll play.
I'll take a bite.
Oh my God, the sex that they must have. It just active.
I know.
He's like spinning her around like he's a Harlem Globetrotter and she's a basketball.
Yes, like just like hoisting her up, I feel.
Oh, I love it.
Against the wall, on a counter.
Oh, anywhere, any surface. In his little track house in Kansas City in his gated community. They're just on linoleum tables and marble moldings and they're just having sex. I love it.
I love it so much.
I think about it more than is healthy, probably.
I know, I do too. I think about when they're going to get engaged. Do you think? I feel like they're going to get engaged this year.
I believe.
I believe.
I don't know. It's pretty soon. It's like less than 6 months. I'm gonna push to 2024. I'm gonna give a responsible, reasonable guess. You think they're gonna do it this year?
Oh no. Okay. By this year, I meant 2024. I'm already in 2024.
I'm like, babe, where are we? Whoa! You zoomed ahead. Yeah, I think they're gonna get engaged within the year.
I do too.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting at. I think maybe in the next 6 months.
I'm here for it.
You know,
and I'm happy to have an invite
because she's been engaged. With Joe, just Joe?
I guess. She never really like says.
Yeah.
Babe, let's get the show on the road.
That's what I love is one thing know about this one.
Exactly.
She will let us know.
He's going to be talking about on his fucking podcast.
I know. I'm so excited.
I love it.
And before we wrap up.
Oh, okay. I'm sad, but.
I know. I'm so sad. Was there anything else we needed to cover that you need to get out before the end of the year? Actually, this is probably, this is coming out next week. So.
Okay. Last
minute thoughts.
I don't know. What about you?
Just so happy that I started having you on, and
it's been such a good year. We've unpacked some of the greatest stories.
I think we really have. I mean, the one regret, and it's not really, I couldn't do anything about it, but like I do wish Ariana weren't still with Ethan. So like that is a little bit of a thorn.
I've sort of accepted it, and I'm just embracing it.
Okay.
I say that through gritted teeth.
Okay.
I say that like the way my mom said that she was okay with me dating a Catholic guy. Mm-hmm. But I just think the more we fight, the more it'll make her want to be with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you just kind of got to be like, you go, girl. You date him.
Yeah. I know.
Looks like Peter Rabbit.
I know he does. But we've got so much other stuff to be grateful for. It's like, how could we get bogged down by that?
No, I know. We've got so much more. Oh, I do have one last thing.
Yes.
I know we have to wrap up.
No, we don't. Let me. Oh no, we're good.
Just to go back to Renaissance really quickly.
Yes, please.
I loved the way that Blue was presented in Renaissance.
Me too.
There was the whole Blue Bee story of how she worked really hard and overcame initial criticism and practiced her dance moves, and then she went out on stage every night. Like, the whole thing was so moving, and it was a really sweet way to maybe handle the possible criticism of like her being a Nepo baby. I
totally agree.
Right?
As a Nepo baby myself,
which I just discovered. Care to share?
My dad made the Baby Einstein videos. I mean,
Justine's a full Nepo baby.
Sorry, I've just had all this advancement from my family lineage this whole time.
Like, no wonder you have a podcast on all things comedy. Oh, of course. It all makes sense now.
Making sense. I totally agree about the Blue Bee storyline. I got chills also just so many times throughout this whole movie. It was so good. Renaissance. Oh, we didn't even talk about there's one more thing, the Skims ripoff dress.
Yes.
Oh, babe.
Cut the whole last section of the podcast. We'll
babe.
focus on this.
Okay, great. I totally agree about blue, though. Blue, moving, chills,
inspiring,
all the things. Okay. Last story, I promise, that I almost forgot, and kind of the most important one.
Please.
Kim and Skims dropped the holiday shop, the New Year's Eve shop.
Sure.
Okay, so they're different. There's like silk, jacquard. Is it
I think so.
jacquard? I don't know how to pronounce it, but there's like some silk
I just
stuff.
buy it. I don't pronounce it.
I know, I don't either. I just put it on my body. There's some new fits every body that's very cute.
Okay.
There's some lace. There's like a very cute lace dress. And then there's this kind of silky dress with cutouts that looks identical to an agent provocateur dress.
Agent provocateur dress from whatever the
from like it's 2021. So it's recent.
Okay, that's really recent.
And a housewife, I believe it was a housewife, some reality star wore it on a red carpet.
Okay.
And then I believe Xtina, put the Christ in, Christina wore it in a video.
Oh.
So, and they are identical.
Identical.
Yes.
Here's what I think.
Yes.
Fashion is always paying homage, referencing, not afraid to reference or not reference.
Yeah.
It's the same as music. Like there's only so many notes in a scale. So at some point, all creative output has been done before.
Totally.
Like I don't truly believe that Kim, or more likely her design team, sat down, was like, who can we copy today?
I totally agree. This is something that comes up constantly with comedians of like someone will do a vaguely similar thing.
Oh yeah.
You know, Schumer was accused of it. SNL has been accused a lot of like lifting things. And it's like, okay, was it a lift or was it just like we all have comedic minds and that's how our minds work? Our minds like go that route, you know?
That's sort of how I feel.
I feel that way too. I'm a little more forgiving of that kind of thing. Also, I'm a Skims girl, so I'll probably order the dress.
I mean, you're so invested in that company financially and emotionally, like you can't say anything else.
I can't. I really can't. But yeah, I'm like, okay, so it looks a little similar. It's a hot dress.
Get over it.
Get over it.
Jealous?
Yeah.
Jealous much? Agent provocateur? Get a life.
Oh, I know. An agent provocateur was trying to be like, this is an established brand that's been around forever. And it's like, I'm sorry, Skims is the brand.
Sorry, never heard of you. Just kidding. I actually do love Agent Provocateur.
I do too. I know they have cute stuff.
Like, of course, I love them. I mean, what other company can charge $250 for a bra? And I'm like, yes, please, and more.
Yeah, please. Take all my money.
Speaking of taking all my money, today I'm wearing a Skims dupe. Have we talked about the world of Skims dupe?
Yes, we have, but
so I'm wearing one of my Skims. It's like a long sleeve, fits everybody dupe.
Oh my God.
Really,
it is gorgeous.
I mean, that was really weird, the way I did that.
No,
that
it's
was like
good.
the way a little kid shows its spelling. I was like, I was very like little kid going like this. Okay. But I did it because it's important.
No, it is important. We have to let the people know because I'm wearing a regular Skims, fits everybody.
Show me the difference, babe.
Where is the difference?
Side by side.
Show me the lie.
I wish you could see the. Hold on.
Yeah, take it all.
Like, do it.
Let's just do it. I'm taking my weird vest off.
I have to take my hat off.
Okay, see now, because
okay,
we
like got violent. I'm like sweaty, like I'm in an Abercrombie changing room. I'm in middle school. Okay, let's see.
I mean, that is a good dupe.
Feel the.
Okay, yeah, let's feel.
Let's do it.
Oh my God, feels identical, you guys. It's that. Buttery.
It actually is, right?
It really is.
It's the same fabric composition. I think I've talked about it before in the podcast.
The viscose.
The viscose.
Yes.
Whatever else is in it.
Yeah.
Like chemicals that
kill
all
the
ducks
things
in the ocean.
But
like it's all chemicals.
Who cares? We look good.
I love it. Look how good we look. We're matching.
Now, what's the price point on that one?
I believe it's under 30 or low 30s.
Are you kidding?
Yeah,
me?
yours is like 50 something.
Yeah,
right?
this is in the 50s. This
Just
is at
saying.
least 54, I think.
Sorry, Kim. You know I love you, girl.
Yeah, we love you, but like we love the viscose. Let's be honest. That's what we're loving.
Yeah, I have no brand loyalty.
Yeah.
When it comes to Skims.
Oh, I like it though. She's dangerous.
I'm so dangerous.
Look at her.
A bad girl.
You are too cute with all your brown.
I've been known to love a brow fit. It's a bit of a comfort zone. It's a bit of a color comfort zone for me. I get roasted for it a lot by people at work because I really stick to the brown family.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's my neutral. It's my black.
Okay. See, I love black. But I also love a pop of color. I'm like a black and pink kind of girl.
Yeah, I mean, I play with color, but brown, I'm always going back to
That's
Old
your
Faithful.
thing. Yeah. I'd say black is more my go-to than brown. I wish I wore more brown, but it's just so little time, so many Skims, you know?
So many Jessica Simpson titles to research. You don't have the time, babe.
No joke. I was in like Reddit forums, like trying to get to the bottom of it. I was like, is there a grandmother named Joyce? Like,
I know you were. Why? I believe it.
Why?
You're a sick woman and you do need help.
I do need all the help. Well, Caroline.
Justine.
It has been so magical having you on again.
'Tis the season, babe.
'Tis the season. Where can everyone follow you, find you?
Follow me on Instagram, porkchop.biz, of course.
Yes.
Iconic handle. And yeah, by Fishwife.
Yes.
And official Sean Penn, which I don't post on as much as I should, but follow me there.
Official Sean Penn is how I fell in love. So highly recommend following all those things. And Mitch, I don't eat fish, but I told you, Mitch, my boyfriend. He is a Fishwife fanboy officially.
So much taste.
Such good taste.
Chic.
Yeah, chic, loving it.
He's a keeper, babe.
He is. He's a keeper. And you're a keeper. We'll have you back on in the new year.
I can't wait to see what the new year brings.
Me too.
In terms of cinema.
Yes. Yeah. We'll be back to talk 9,000 more movies. Well, you guys have a happy holiday and a wonderful new year, because I think this is the last episode of the year.
Wow.
It's been so good.
Good luck. See the Trolls movie.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think any other parting holiday
I know,
wishes.
me too. I'm trying to think. Like, okay, real quick, if you had to do like a top, like 3 pop culture things of the year.
Oh my God.
I've tried to end this podcast 9 times now.
No. This is hard though. I wish I got to think about this before a little bit.
I know I didn't prepare you. It was okay, I'll go
Okay,
first.
you go first and maybe it'll spark something for me.
Okay, I'm going to go Saltburn, right? I mean, I am obsessed with this movie.
It's so good.
I'm going to go the Renaissance tour.
Okay.
The actual tour.
Okay.
Ooh, and what else? Ooh. Oh, I gotta go Barbie. I mean, that just the
Barbie's
whole
in top. The movement, the moment, the
whole
movement.
moment.
I'm gonna go Barbie.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Megan. Remember Megan?
Oh, Megan is so good.
February.
That was this year.
That was this year.
I love Megan.
We love Megan.
Megan's good.
And I'm gonna go The Gilded Age, which we don't talk about.
Okay.
It is my favorite show on TV.
Oh, I need to
wish
watch
you
it.
watched it.
I'll watch it.
It is so good, so juicy. It is the show of the century for me.
Incredible.
So I'm Gilded Age girly through and through.
Okay, I love it. All right. Well, on that note, you guys leave a comment. What were your favorite pop culture moments of the year?
What did we get wrong about football?
Yeah, exactly. Please let us know. And we'll see you in the new year. Bye.